Hi, this is Secret Influence TV top tip about picking the right tone of voice. I'm actually in Enfield at a fruit picking farm. So tone of voice is 55% of your way we communicate. So it's so important, underestimated often. And the tone of voice for all your communications should match your brand, your company, your overall impression that you want to give. So, are you a corporate company? Are you, do you have a serious message, serious product? Are you high level, or are you sort of in perhaps the entertainment industry, perhaps in the food and drink industry? Are you more sort of entertaining and that sort of brand, which would have perhaps a lighter tone of voice? So it's just about choosing something that reflects your brand. And tone of voice can be obviously when you speak on stage or in person or meetings, but also it's your tone of voice in the language you use when in your written communications, the words, the style, the language. And also it's important to remember that tone of voice counts for over 55% of the way we communicate. And when we're communicating, it's often about engaging with people by telling them a story. You hook them in, you set the scene, you tell a story. There's different states and emotions that you hook them in. Something happens, a bit of conflict, there's resolution, and then there's sort of conclusion and a message at the end. And at always different points you can adopt different tones of voice. So when you're telling a serious message, and you have a more serious, deeper, meaningful tone of voice, but when you're telling something more entertaining, you're changing the state, you want to make people laugh, then obviously your tone of voice will be a bit more variety, a bit more sort of more light-hearted. So tone of voice is so essential, and tone of voice is not just the tone as in light or deep, but it's also your vocal variety, the pitch, the speed, and it goes with your facial features as well. It's the whole way you speak, when you're speaking. What is it? Your voice, your depth, your tone. How much do you vary it? How much do you use it on purpose and deliberately, or does it just come out? Because everything you do when you communicate, if you want to communicate powerfully and effectively, you want to influence people, it's got to be planned, it's got to be deliberate, it's got to have the right effect and the right outcome. And so on saying that with tone of voice, you're trying to make people smile, listen, follow, buy something. Do you want to inform them, to engage with them, to sell something to them, to make them, to entertain them? So whatever you want to do, whatever the outcome is, will affect the tone of voice that you use. And like I say, there's an overall tone of voice which reflects your brand, your company, but there's also that fit in your mission statement and your vision and your values. And then there's the tone of voice which you adopt and change when you're speaking, because we never talk in one tone of voice. You'll never keep your audience engaged if that's what you do. To have a engaging tone of voice, you've got to vary it, to keep them interested. You've got to vary the state. You vary it between serious to light-hearted, entertaining to informing. It's like that journey, that pitch up and down. So I hope you found that helpful. All about picking the right tone of voice. Plan your speech, plan your communications, and consider your tone of voice in everything you do when communicating. Thank you.